Guys, I'm so excited about these guys. This is an amazing collab between Lifetime Development's Brian Brown. We got him backstage. I just saw him comment before. Yes. And everybody knows Tyrone, T-Rex, Edwards. He's our boy. He's a Barry's regular. You'll see him around. He's an ETALK host, of course, you know that. Ben Johnston, an amazing graphic artist. These guys came together and they said, this is a tough time and there's so many different moving parts to it. Let's get together. Let's do something good about it. So they're coming on the show along with Archie Alleyne, who's the owner of Ruby Soho. It's a local amazing bar and restaurant here in Toronto, so that he can kind of talk to you about what these guys are doing together, right?
Guys, they raised over $200,000 via the online store, and they had their own pop-up market at the Stack Market. We actually just went there 2 weeks ago and got some swag that we'll just show you. It's really dope. It's really dope. They're selling all like limited edition apparel. It's Toronto designed, all this really, really cool stuff. And what they're doing is, I'll give you the rundown. They're going to give you more. Essentially, they said restaurants and bars are suffering. Essential workers are working so hard. Frontline workers are working so hard. Mental care workers are working so hard. They don't get reduced shift. So let's buy food from the restaurants and give them to the essential services, the frontline workers, the mental health workers. It's an amazing concept. You guys are brilliant people. I can't wait. We're going to give you a little teaser video now of how this came together, okay? These guys are really cool, dope guys, so I'm excited about this. Check it out.
Tyrone, I haven't seen you in class for a while. All right.
Toronto, thank you for making all the sacrifices and adjustments needed in your personal lives during these unexpected and unprecedented times. The truth is, we all can't help but miss the energy that's felt in person. So we're all missing our friends and family. We miss being able to go to our favorite places, restaurants, bars, patios. So we want to thank our essential workers, our mental health supporters, and of course, our heroes on the front lines, whose shifts don't get any easier or shorter till this is all over. Our message of hope, our efforts of support, our commitment to this city allows us to say with love, see you soon.
There it is.
Give it up.
There it is.
This side.
All right, everyone, welcome Brian Brown. Welcome Archie Alleyne. And obviously, Tyrone.
Hello.
Welcome, boys.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, Brian's unmuted. There we go.
Including us.
Of course. Sorry.
We're good?
We're good.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, you guys got to tell us how this all came together. This is an amazing collaboration. It was an amazing idea. How'd you guys come up with this?
It kind of happened, I wouldn't say by chance, but, it happened with, just talking between friends. We, there was, when I'm waiting for Tyrone to get on here. Can you hear us?
I think he's having a little bit of tech difficulty.
I think so.
I heard the video.
Anyways,
you look great.
We good?
Yeah. So Brian, why don't you keep telling us about how this all kind of came about with you?
Should I start over? Should I just refresh my link?
Yes.
Yeah. Try that, man.
Perfect.
Awesome. So sorry. Brian.
No problem. So I come from the real estate industry, and we actually have a charitable foundation called Lifetime Charitable Foundation. And each year we used to raise money through a charity ping pong tournament. And when COVID happened, we obviously couldn't host that event anymore. So we were looking for a different way of raising money that we could then put back into the community. And seeing the impact that COVID was having on our economy and on multiple sectors of our economy, and specifically when you look at the hospitality industry, I mean, that was a group that pretty much overnight had to shut down, and they had no idea, and we still don't know exactly what the long-term effects are going to be. So I reached out to a friend of mine, Ben Johnston, who's an amazing artist, and he's worked with us on a couple of mural installations that we've done at some of our buildings. And we're having a conversation. We said we wanted to do something that we could, find a way to bring together the community and make everybody excited about, getting out of quarantine. Because the impact of quarantine and being home, it brought some good things like reconnection with family members, but it also, it was hard to just sit back and wait for things to open again. And, whether it be, just having drinks after work or, just a great dinner on a weekend at one of the great restaurants, we were all missing all this. And so what we wanted to do was send a message to those operators, those restaurants saying, one day, as soon as we can, we'll be here for you. We'll be out enjoying the sun on your patios. And at the same time, we wanted the restaurants to support us and say, Torontonians, when you guys are ready, we're here for you too. And what's become clear is that the impact that COVID is having on this industry is going to be something that nobody could have imagined. I mean, we're hearing reports that at minimum, 50% of the restaurants that we enjoy today aren't going to survive post-COVID, which is a crazy number. And it's crazy when you hear that kind of impact on an industry. And so what we wanted to do was find a way that we could add a new revenue stream to these restaurants. We could go out and buy food at full price from these restaurants, and then take that food and show our gratitude to hospital workers, to firemen, to paramedics, to the TTC, our public transit workers, and say thank you for being there on the front line and for doing everything that you are doing while we're staying indoors and protecting ourselves. And that's really how it came about. And Ben was very close with Tyrone, reached out to Tyrone. Tyrone came on right away, and it was like a perfect connection. So I don't think we could have done it without each other.
Honestly, my heart is touched. That is incredible. And you guys raised over $200,000, right?
So far, I think we're actually closer to $250,000. The number keeps growing.
We're still
and the support is amazing, because it's not about raising money and just giving it out. It's about bringing the entire city together and in support of this cause, which is great.
It's funny when we went to, sorry, Tyrone, do you have anything to add to that? Now we can hear you. Or?
Can we hear you now?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Yeah, no, I mean, I think the beautiful thing is that it keeps evolving too, right? So it's one of those things where first it was about the essential workers, getting money to them. Once we were able to stimulate the restaurants and give them some guaranteed money as well, then we started to get creative and or just pay attention to where that money needed to land. And so we started doing paramedics and firefighters, and then we went back to the same hospitals that we had been and did the night shift, because some of those workers weren't getting the attention, or they weren't getting no food. So and even in like some of the lower income neighborhoods, was like single income homes, and those people need some COVID relief too, because it's a lot. And I just love the fact that with Brian reaching out to Ben and then Ben reaching out to me, that the three of us were able to remain open-minded throughout this whole thing, so that it's continuing to evolve into really impacting and affecting change where it's most needed. So like last week, the need is completely different than it is this week, and it might evolve again next week, but it's perfect because we just have like a little Zoom call privately or text message group, and Brian's completely open-minded and big heart, and likewise with Ben, and so we align in that way, and we're all passionate about what we do as individuals. And so you put that together, you have like some key ingredients to do some cool shit.
And the response seems like it's been overwhelming.
Yeah,
right?
we heard that Ryan Reynolds got behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
shout out to Ryan.
You guys like built something, and it really grew into something I'm sure that was bigger than what you had ever conceived.
We never thought it was going to be like this. I mean, it started off with let's raise $10,000. So, we never thought that we'd be able to deliver, 1,500 meals and to sell 1,200 pieces of clothing articles. Like that never came into our mind as far as what we were going to be able to do with this. And the real amazing thing is that Ben, Tyrone, and I all come from different industries and different backgrounds, and it's because of that I think that this has become so successful, because we all bring something new and something different and a different perspective, and that's really
that nexus, right? You got art, you got entertainment, you got business sites. That's a beautiful thing. I just want to say one thing, Brian, that you hit on, because we went down to Stack Market to check it out. So now you got a physical space too, which is really cool. And we learned more about it there, and they're saying that you insist, and this is going to kind of come to you, Archie, that when you go to the restaurants, because a lot of restaurants are doing like discounts now during COVID to try to keep things afloat, just try to keep the ship afloat. And you guys have insisted on paying full price for meals, which I love. So I just need to ask how some of those conversations go. Like we were hearing, like sometimes there's like bickering, like no, it only costs this much. You're like no, we're paying this much. So Archie, how has it affected you on the other side as a restaurant owner here in Toronto?
It's been great. Having the See You Soon program, it kind of made us feel connected in a time when, obviously everybody was forced to shut down, and you kind of feel alone, even though there's so many people going through the same problems you are. Having a platform of See You Soon kind of opened us up to an opportunity to get some help from a great platform, and also feel like we were doing some good by having our food in the hands of the frontline workers. So it's been a ride, but I think this has helped quite a bit.
It sort of gives you that feeling of connection again to a community that's bigger than what you got. It's fun when we left Stack Market.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is really random. We some friends of ours were on King West, so we were going to go down and meet them and see where we could grab some takeout, maybe go to a park. And we walked into Ruby Soho. This was before we knew you were coming on the show. And we had just left Stack, and we got the bag and saw a little sticker, See You Soon. We're like, oh my God, this really is everywhere.
Yeah. Well, it was great because when T brought it to us, we had just opened a week prior for takeout. And prior to COVID, we were only open for 3 days. So we were still working our systems out. And this initiative kind of forced us in a positive way to get the restaurant open and to get us flowing and to get our chefs in and, preparing 200 meals, which we had never done before. Was a challenge and a test. But as you can see in the photo behind, it worked out great. So I applaud these two for bringing the program, because like I said, you feel alone, even though you're not. And this kind of opened up the door and let you realize, like, hey, a lot of other people are going through this and it's going to be okay.
Yeah, well, we applaud you guys too, man. This was a really cool initiative. Brian and Tyrone, Archie, thank you guys so much for coming. Please tell Ben as well. We send all of our love and support. If you guys, now, if people want to get involved with See You Soon, tell us the different ways they can do it. Well,
we've got our website, www.seeyousoontoronto.com. So all of our articles are there. You can purchase the merchandise there. Whether you want to buy a T-shirt or become a corporate sponsor, we welcome all support. Yeah, restaurants too. I mean, the list of restaurants that are participating in this program keeps growing every day. So it's encouraging, and it's exciting to see everyone kind of band together underneath this cause.
Amazing. So we actually have a giveaway from See You Soon. I want to thank you guys. For those people watching at home, Karina, why don't you tell them what they're going to take home? So you're going to get one of these hoodies, a hat, everything's black, and one of these tote bags that I've been carrying around everywhere. You're going to see us carrying that to your patio pretty soon, Archie. You have a set up there.
I got a spot with your guys' name on it. You just let me know.
Thank you so much, guys, for everything that you're doing for the community.
This is the cutest show I've ever been on in my entire life.
We just Julie Black was just on, and she was like, "You guys better be a couple."
I was watching. I got some quotables. From that. It was like, you might feel like you can't do anything, but you can fight for something.
Yeah.
He's the king of that.
Yeah, I'd say some stupid stuff, and sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't.
No, I was just like, listen, I mean, even given the climate that we're in right now with the Black Lives Matter movement and everything that's happening, I was like, all right, cuddly Canadian.
Honestly, it's what you guys are doing. I think a lot of us felt the reason that we even got into this type of stuff was like, Karina had this idea to start doing live workouts when all this started. And there was just like such an overpowering feeling that people wanted to not only get together, but they felt powerless and they wanted to do something to help. So a group like yours, it's exactly what people need. It connects people, and it gives the people an avenue to fight for something again, you know, to help.
Right.
If they didn't think they could help, you know, to not feel
I think the reason why the See You Soon program actually works and continues to work is that you can see the steps so clearly. Like literally, you can purchase a shirt or a sweater, whatever you like. Right now, you're gonna see that money go to Ruby Soho, to whatever restaurant that, and it's probably gonna be a restaurant that you like as well, or that you're standing in line 6 feet apart from the person in front of you currently. And then you're going to see us dropping that food to wherever, a firefighter or ambulance or whatever it may be. And that cycle continues. And when things are that transparent and they happen that quickly, and then you see everyone and their mom getting involved, it creates a momentum, because now you realize this wheel only turns if I get involved. Yeah. And it allows everyone to play a role. Everybody can play a role in this.
When you guys, I gotta ask, when you guys do the drop-offs, like, what is that moment like when you walk into the firehouse, something like that? Like, that's gotta be great.
Go ahead, Brian.
It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. I mean, just like you said, you know, being walking down the street and looking in a window and seeing our See You Soon sticker on a bag, and knowing that that's going out to somebody that's going to talk about it and get somebody else involved, and then being able to walk up to a restaurant with 200 bags of food, a hospital, and say thank you. You know, they're just as appreciative of what we're giving them as we are for what they're doing for us, and it's, I mean, that's what community is about, really, right?
Yeah. You talked about with Julie about filling your cup, like refilling your cup. Well, that's the checkpoint. You know, it's like you get there, you see their face, you see their gratitude, and especially when we're able to tap into the people that aren't necessarily getting all the attention, and you see how happy they are, and then it's like, all right, boom, back at it again. Let's go.
That's one of my favorite points of messaging that you guys had in the video. Is like, you know, when we had just gone to Stack, they had said you guys had just done a drop off at like a mental health care facility for children, and it's like these people are working not just like less shit, like what we're asked to do is stay home. In the grand scheme of things, that's not that hard. Like the people that are out there that are needed, we're working not just the regular shifts, but more shifts, you know, and they're doing overtime now, and to replenish those people who are going to be running on empty. That is an incredible thing you guys are doing.
We're going to do that right now. Thank you guys.